Boom, boom, how's it going, how's it going? It is your boy TJ coming out straight live out of M5 Property Ideas. And today we want to talk about the big bank that has just gone wild. And they have said to us that, hey, up to round about 8 people can now come in and get debt so that they can buy property. What bank am I talking about? I am talking the bank, How Can We Help You? One of my favorite bank. Why? Because they've got the color turquoise and their motto is, how can we help you? So they have just literally gone out and say, how can we help you so that you can buy more properties? And today I want to cover this in depth and give you around about maybe 5 tips on how best you can take advantage of this opportunity where FNB are saying to us that you and with your 7 bras, you can come together, and with that you can then be able to buy a property with them. Is this good news or is this bad news? Well, it just depends on who you are. For some people, buying some stuff with some other people, it's a problem because they want control. But this is not about that. Then maybe go in to buy the property on your own. But this is more specifically for people that are wanting to do what is called collective, because obviously this product is for up to 8 people. So literally 4 couples can go in and they can combine, or it can be 8 single mummies, or it can be 8 single bras. It doesn't matter. But what have they said? They have said that up to 8 people can now literally walk into an FNB and they can get some moolah and get that property. So with what I know today as a property investor, having invested in properties throughout the country, what is it that I would say that you should do and shouldn't do? Well, I think that this is a great initiative by FNB. Well done, FNB, in terms of how can we help us into progressing into this avenue, into this product. Well, the first thing that I want to speak about is that if you are going to take up this product, the first thing that you need to do is that you need to make sure that you are going in, yes, you are going in with trusted people. You all know that at some point as I started off my business, not so long ago, or should I say not so long into it, a partner of mine literally stole some money from me. How did they steal it? Well, it wasn't under the bed and then they ran with it. But basically we went into a partnership. There was 3 of us, and within the 3 people, we all agreed to put in some money. And that friend of mine went to China and he never came back. Only to find him in Cape Town. Surprise, surprise. Yes. But the bottom line is that if you are to go into a business like this one, you need to go in with trusted people. So how do you know that these are trusted people? Well, maybe start off by hanging out together. Maybe start off by just, exchanging small things. Maybe start off by just, maybe you could be in the same fellowship. You've got a cause. You are all together for one particular reason. Understand the other people. 8 is a big number. 2 is a big number when it comes to money. Remember, this is about money. So if you are wanting to buy a property, obviously when you are up to 8 people, you're not buying a property so that you can all stay in it. It is for investment purposes, isn't it? So for this reason, you are buying it to make money. So that's my point number 1. Make sure that you find trusted people. If you got any other reservations, I say move on. Go and find your other 7. Well, point number 2, make sure that with all these 7 people that you've got, you need to make sure that all of these 7 people, you are going to have agreements in place. And I don't want to, I don't know how I can stress this enough. Having partners, having around about 7 people that are like you all working together with no agreements, it is a recipe for disaster. So my point number 2 I'm going to stress this out. Make sure that you are going to have agreements in place. But the first thing that we actually want to address is this product for Stokvels? I don't know. Do you want to create a Stokvel? Maybe the answer is yes. Do you want to have shares in a company? Yes, right? What kind of a company is it? I don't know. You need to figure all of this before you actually get into we are going to FNB. So the other question that I know you're going to ask me is, TJ, if we are going to be going into a company, what shares, how much should we be giving each other? Well, I don't know. You need to figure this out in terms of what is the other parties bringing across. I might be bringing all the deals and managing all of this, so I might say, hey, I want 50% and the others get 5%, whatever the percentage is going to be, isn't it? I don't know. But the point is that you need to think about this and you need to talk about it. Are you going to buy in a trust? Maybe it's good also to be in the trust so that maybe your kids can inherit all of this seamlessly. It might be an opportunity. Can you buy these properties now? Maybe you all sit in a trust and you own a company. Maybe it is also an option. I am sharing all of this to you because I care about you and I just don't want you to be that statistics that goes out and buy a property today at FNB with your 7 bras to make you 8 and a few years later it goes sour. It can go sour. I've been in business for a long time and I am speaking from the heart. I have seen this happening lots of times. However, if you do have an agreement in place, make sure that you are going to the rightful lawyer who can be able to draft the rightful agreements for you. So don't go to a family lawyer wanting you to draft agreements for you for the company. Go to a commercial lawyer, someone who understands property, someone who also understands company law. Point number 3, I'm going to speak to this one. So, we are all engineers, or maybe we are all nurses, or maybe we all go to the same church, or maybe we are all students, or maybe we are all doctors, and we have started by saying, let's all come together, the 8 of us, let's go to FNB, and FNB says, boom, there is some money there. Well, I want to state this. This is my point number 3. Amongst yourselves, who is the leader? Someone needs to be the captain of the ship. Not everyone can lead people. Some people are mechanics, so they like to do things. And for some people, they like to lead people. What comes natural? Maybe, yes, you might all be engineers. Maybe find one guy who's an accountant. Maybe find one guy who's a real estate agent. Maybe, yes, you could be all doctors, but who's got a flair of negotiating amongst yourselves? I suppose what I'm saying here is that you need to find what I call roles and responsibilities. Who is accountable for what? Over and above having the leader. So obviously, if you have the leader, then your leader can start saying, John, you're doing this, Susan, you're doing that, and you can all be accountable for something within the business. Do we all need to be active? Not necessarily so. I've seen partnerships where some of the investors or the shareholders, they are not active in the business. Well, that was my point number 3. Whilst we are talking about the FNB product that they have pushed out to say up to 8 people can now invest in this for property investment, right? So you're buying this, you can get debt from FNB and you can utilize it for whatever you want to. In my view, it is for property investments. And why wouldn't you do that? With 8 of your best mates, you can create some money, isn't together? And together we can get to financial freedom that we all want to get to. So I want to go to point number 4. And point number 4 for me, it speaks from the heart. Are you all passionate about property? It's a very big question that you need to ask yourselves. Because remember, the debt here is geared to property. So it's about a home loan that FNB have said up to 8 people. So in there, are you passionate about property? Remember, passion doesn't pay the bills in most cases. For me, it is, but however, for some people, it might not be. The point that I'm trying to drive with this point here is basically, if passion doesn't pay the bills and none of you are passionate about properties, we might all just get excited in the beginning when we are seeing these properties and we jump into the opportunities because of excitement. That's the honeymoon phase. But things may go wrong at some point. And when they do go wrong, what then? The passion is gone. So are you passionate about property? If the answer is yes and you're still amongst the 8 people, then yes, you can still do this. But passion alone should not be enough for you to decide to go into the partnerships with 8 other people, well, 7 other people to make you the 8th person. Someone amongst you, this is point number 5 actually, someone amongst you within the group needs to understand how property investments work. I want to stress this one out because I have seen people gathering. Actually, at one point, I had a couple of guys that all came together. They were putting together 100,000 each and they reached 7 million. And none of them, yes, none of them knew about property. And they came through to me and said, TJ, we got 7 million. We want to go into property. And I said, why? And they said, because we have 7 million. I didn't do business with them because they didn't understand property. They had no passion for it. They just wanted to see their money work. Maybe I sent them to do some crypto. It doesn't matter. But the point here that I'm trying to address here is that someone amongst you within the group, maybe even 50% of the team members, needs to be immersed. I say that word again, immersed into the education, the strategies of property so that you can do creative stuff whilst utilizing this option FNB. I think it's a great initiative from FNB. High five to you guys. I really like that. But I'm going to throw in a couple of bonuses on here. I know that I said I want to give you 5 things, but I've got a bit of time. So I'm going to throw in 3 more bonuses of the things that you should be doing or considering to do whilst you go in to jump onto the FNB. Up to 8 people can all come together, clap together to get a loan. So which means that if your bra was 100,000, you are 100,000, and the other people are all 100,000, collectively you can now qualify for 800,000. Well, what is the bonus? Bonus number 1. What is the strategy that you want to do? What is the strategy that you want to do? Do you want to buy a property so that you can do Airbnb? Does any of your other bras know Airbnb? Have you ever done it? Have you done a course around Airbnb? Maybe you want to do student accommodation. The same questions apply. Maybe you want to do developments. You are buying a development. Have any of you gone to study that? Whatever strategy it is, I'm appealing to you before you jump into bed with all of these bras of yours, please go in and understand the strategies that you're wanting to do and learn and learn and learn. Bonus number 2. We need to agree upfront in terms of when do we get paid. Normally, when people come together, one of the pressing points is getting paid. So when do you get paid? Upfront, you all need to agree how much money is saved in the company, how much money are you paying out. But remember, there's also company laws around this. So are you distributing this money as what? Dividends. Okay, at what rate, when do you actually do dividend distributions? Once a year. So what happens between now and then? These are the discussions that you need to be having with your bras whilst you're going into this FNB application thingy of up to 8 people. My last bonus to you, if one, maybe let me say if, because we all die. I'm gonna say, what if, when the one person, or maybe a couple of people within the group, if one of them dies, then what? In all of your agreements, you need to already prepare for all of this. in whatever structure that you're going to go into, you need to prepare for this thing that is called death. For some other people, we have seen death much closer because of COVID, but now you have gone into FNB and you have now acquired maybe 3, maybe 5 properties, maybe 10 properties amongst the 8 of you, and it is going well. What then when one person dies? Is this the end of the road? Or do you already put all of these in place? Bonus number 4. Hey, who is going to take in what is called surety? For some people, they want to gain the reward, but they don't want to go into the risk. So as and when you are going in, the 8 of you, remember they said up to 8 people you can go in, right? So are you all signing surety? Who's the strong people that you need to push into the front? Maybe, maybe not all of you, maybe. I don't know. But why am I doing this video? For you to be aware of the things that you should be doing long before you jump into bed with other people. Yes, FNB, well done. But are you prepared to go into it? My name is TJ, and the reason why I'm sharing this with you is I want you to be successful. I am that guy who literally built a business from Norway, and we are now in 5 cities, and you can jump on our website for many of the information that we've got. If this is not for you and you still want to invest, my business is available. You can invest with us. We'll see you on the next video.